So let's talk about the impact Caitlin Clark's injury is going to have on the WNBA. Now, this is an article from last week on May 27th, and obviously we'll find out if she's coming back next week. So time will tell there. But they've got 2 road games during the coming 2-week stretch, and the opponents move to arenas with larger capacity because of Caitlin Clark's impact. And the prices, to no surprise, have dropped. And this is insane to me. The Mystics games have gone down 47%. So even if they sell out, if that's a report that comes out, think about the dollars they're going to make. It's not going to be a lot. So try to keep that in mind. And um, again, you might bring in fans, but that's because the games are cheaper. Another thing is the Chicago Sky. This is this Saturday, down from $86 to $25 per person. Hopefully they sell out. If they don't, even with cheaper prices, that just tells you everything you need to know about the Caitlin Clark effect and why it's so important for the WNBA to make sure they do this right. Because if they drop the ball and let's just say some other controversial thing happens to the Fever where somebody is saying something or allegedly saying something to the team or whatever it may be, and the media makes a big deal and it comes out it was all false, then the league's only going to get worse. So I don't know what to expect from the WNBA right now. I am gonna, like I said, watch some more games because I do like Fee Collier. Fee Collier is so good. I love watching her play basketball. She does the game right. She plays well, and the Lynx are 5-0. I enjoy watching or 7-0. I'm sorry, 7-0. Let me get that right. I'm still trying to catch up. They're 7-0, and she's very versatile. But yeah, this is not a surprise to anyone out there who has been watching the WNBA the last year, and they understand that Caitlin Clark is the main box office right now. It's just how it goes. It's like when Michael Jordan played in the 80s. And the NBA at the time, Magic and Bird had helped bring things back to relevance. And then Michael Jordan carried things. They changed the rules to favor Michael Jordan. You can hate or like that. But it helped grow the NBA, brought more exposure. If the WNBA drops the ball here and they do not market her correctly, they keep treating her fan base like junk. They want to talk about race and all other issues and not basketball. This league will not grow. And then when the NBA owners become so impatient because of all the unnecessary drama and they pull the plug and someone else buys out the WNBA, you're going to wonder why. Because of just the conversations this league is having and not focus on the right stuff. There's plenty of other things you could be talking about, like Fee Collier, Sabrina Ionescu, and the Liberty trying to go back to back. But if you make everything about, oh, people need to love women's sports, like my wife mentioned that the Atlanta Dream had this thing on the court where it says something along, I'm going to get it wrong, but something about, you got to embrace women's sports or, respect the WNBA. It's like, don't force feed it because people don't want to see that. It's got to happen organically. Otherwise, you're just going to turn people off. If you're trying to force people to like your product, then you're not going to get anywhere. Yeah, I just don't understand. And I'm curious to see how the league reacts to this and what reasons they come up with if ratings continue to plummet and prices plummet and what is going to happen there and how are they going to explain everything. And will they finally just transition, just embrace the Caitlin Clark effect and just get the league in a spot where they can move off losing money. Again, they're probably going to lose money again this year. Won't surprise me. But if it's more than 40 million last year, that means more fans have left. If it gets to 30, that means it's growing, right? Because last 40, I think it was 40 million last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the numbers. So if the numbers are worse, that means it's not growing. It's trending in the wrong direction. And they've added, they're adding, the Valkyries are going to add another franchise. I think a third one too. So if no one's making money, then you got to cut back. You're back to square one. So we shall see how this all takes place and how it all plays out. But I'm not surprised by the plummeting. Really not. And if fans sell out, good. I hope Fever fans really show up because, Caitlin Clark is going to continue to get exposure and support. You got to also be invested in the team. I know some people are going to watch for Caitlin Clark. I'm all for that. If you're just here to watch her, that's fine. not against it. But if you're just a basketball fan and you want to support the Fever, support them. Watch their games. I know things are rough right now, but as I've said before, it's just early, and that might be opposite of what people are saying on the internet. I've seen some takes where it's like, "Oh, I wish Chrissy Sides were back." I'm like, "Come on, guys! Like last year, you guys are saying she needs to go. Let's not flip flop now. They're off to a bad start. They're not playing good basketball. We can acknowledge that. But not having your best player out there does hurt. You've got a couple new pieces that are trying to build chemistry, and that doesn't happen overnight. You have to remember, it reminds me of I know this is a totally different situation, but like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. I think they started the season like 8-8. And people wondered, like, is this gonna work out? They didn't win the championship the first year. They went to the finals 4 years in a row and lost two of them. So it's just not easy to win. I know maybe I make some excuses, but you got to tamper your expectations. This is Caitlin Clark's second year. Like if you're expecting a championship, maybe tamper that because the Liberty are really good and the Minnesota Lynx are really good at basketball. Like, those two teams are the best, in my opinion, out there right now because of the experience, the continuity that those players have built around each other. And you can see the Liberty have a super team. They're just so good. And Fee Collier for the Lynx in that squad. So yeah, all I want for the Fever is just to make the playoffs, maybe win a round, and that's it. It's a good season to me. You don't make it to the finals, it's not that big of a deal because it's a young basketball team. Most of the players are young and they have to get experience. That doesn't happen overnight. And if they get bounced in the first round again, do you say, "Oh, well, let's fire our coach"? No. Let's see how it goes. Let's ride out for another year. It's never going to be easy to win. Like, I'm a Celtics fan. Jason Tatum towards Achilles. Like, I didn't see that coming. Now, I expected next year that Boston needed to retool. And the way they were playing this year when they lost some home games was very questionable. I wasn't as confident this year. They didn't look as invincible. Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday had some shooting regression and then caught up with him in the playoffs, blowing those 2 20-point leads. I'm saying all that because you got to tamper your expectations, like with building a roster and not jumping to these crazy conclusions that Stephanie White can't coach. Like, I don't know yet. Like, I need a bigger sample size. But I just hope Caitlin Clark can get healthy because, man, the league is going to need her to continue to build momentum. And please, no more investigations because that probably turned some fans off. And you probably lost some already. And you got the CBA coming up, and the players are cooked. They could try to build an argument, but it's like, well, look at the numbers here. You got to do better in these departments. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Are you guys surprised by the numbers right now from the ticket prices dropping? Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Love to hear your opinions about the WNBA this year. How are you feeling about it? Like, do you think it's progressing? Do you think it's been regression? Love to hear your thoughts. And also don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you in the next one.